Australian Aboriginal culture dates as far back as 60,000 years ago, possibly even longer. This is when Aboriginal people first settled in what is now known as Australia. The first evidence of Aboriginal philosophy is evident and still visible in rock art, which dates back more than 20,000 years. Ochres were used to paint on rocks. Ochres are natural pigments in paint made from the minerals found in soil and charcoal. There is no written language for the Aboriginal people, so in order for them to tell their important stories through the generations, they do so through symbols and icons. Indigenous art is centered on storytelling. It is used as a way to share knowledge of the land, events, and beliefs of the Aboriginal people. The use of symbols is an alternate way of writing down stories of cultural significance, teaching survival, and use of the land. Although Australian Aboriginals have been using ochres as body paint on bark and rock for tens of thousands of years, it was not until the late 1930s, or about 100 years ago, that paintings were first done. These were not done in ochre or in the dot art that we're going to recreate today, but in traditional watercolor at the Hermannsburg Mission near Alice Springs. They illustrated desert landscapes, and the first exhibition in 1937 by the most famous of the first Aboriginal watercolor painters, Albert Namatjira. Then, in 1971, about 60 years ago, a teacher named Jeffrey Barden was working with Aboriginal children near Alice Springs, and he noticed while the Aboriginal men were telling stories, they would draw symbols in the sand. He encouraged them to paint these stories onto canvas and board. This is what began the famous Aboriginal art movement in Australia and the dot paintings that we recognize today. Since then, Australian Aboriginal art has been identified as the most exciting contemporary art form of the 20th century. Aboriginal artists need permission to paint particular stories. They inherit the rights to these stories, which are passed down through the generations. An Aboriginal artist cannot paint a story that does not belong to them through their family. This is the ancient story of the Milky Way and the night sky. And hidden in these dots is a map of the land around a small Australian town. Many people believe that the dots were used to hide information from non-Aboriginal people when they became afraid that they would see and understand their sacred and private knowledge. For our project today, we are going to take some ideas from original art and make them our own. Out of respect for the Aboriginal culture and tradition, we will not use the style of art to tell stories of Aboriginal people. Those stories do not belong to us. Instead, we will take inspiration from the Aboriginal colors and styles to represent stories and traditions of our own. First, we will need to make 3 choices. The first choice, you will choose a basic shape that you plan to start from. Your options might include a simple shape, an Australian animal, or a shape or a design that you create. Second, you're going to choose a color palette. You can use traditional ochre colors or modern rainbow colors. Third, after you get your shape glued down, you're going to think about what colors you want in each section of your piece. Do your colors have a special meaning or message that you're trying to share, or a special meaning or message that you might be trying to hide? When you're ready to start dotting, take your time and go slowly. Make your dots as neat and as close together as possible. As you work, let your mind wander through those colors and feelings. Nothing has to be perfect. Nothing has to look a certain way. This is your art.